What's up, guys, gals, and booknook pals? It's Pluck the Bunny with another booknook unboxing. Today we have Ember Castle Draconic Catastrophe by MiniCity. It's just an epic sounding name. It's bursting through the cover art. If you're returning to this channel, you can already tell it's going to be something special. I had to zoom out just because of the physical size of this booknook box. So I'm excited to get inside of it and take a look at what we got. Just looking at some of these pictures, this is a very massive internal structure. Lots of room for additions, but it looks like it's going to be pretty epic all on its own. This is so big that they actually seem to have to redesign the box. You don't typically see the style box with a cover that just lifts up like this, but that's just how big the booknook we are dealing with. And just look at it. We are hitting the face with a ton of stuff. I see gold, guys. I see gold foil. All right, 24 karat. No, it's 24 karat, but that's cool. Never seen that in a kit yet. Want to be delicate with this. I don't want to break it up into tiny little pieces, but we have gold in this kit. That's cool. All right, MiniCity, always good for another hammer. We'll put that with the other Thor's hammers. Holy moly, guys. I have not seen this before in any booknook. We have two lighting kits. Two lighting kits. Both with touch sensors. And no, it's not a mistake. Light A and light set B. So, A, that makes me happy because a lot of times when you have a big kit, we saw that a lot in the Anavrin Kowloon 2049. And you also see it in the Anavrin Li Zhang kit. So many LEDs that they split, and then the wires don't quite fit because the tolerances are so small. So separating this into two kits labeled A and B. One, less likely to get confused as to which light you're doing, because instead of having 15 of them on one train, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this one, so 11 lights. We can also light them independently, which is cool, which gives us more lighting options. So that is really neat. I like that. That's exciting. So 2 of those. All right. Oh, some silver foil to go with our gold foil. So gonna be messy, I'm guessing, at some point, but I like to see it. And look at that. Okay, so a couple things here. One, I love that there's a 3D printed element in here. Okay, or a 3D element, three-dimensional element in here. And this actually looks to be cast, not 3D printed, which is nice. But they shipped it in a protective container, and that's just a pretty cool detail, because you don't have to worry about it coming broken. Right? They're protecting their products, so you're getting a good return on your investment. Let's go through the rest of our tool bag right here. We have the ubiquitous booknook tweezers, blue, robin's egg blue. It's the second most common one. We have our B7000. We'll put it over here with its twin. We got the rest of them chilling. We're redoing the studio right now. We have so many wires. They gave us 2 sheets of the useless tape squares. Again, if I'm just taping stuff down, I'd rather use Scotch tape, regular Scotch tape. And we have our little mini emery board, and you know what we do with that? We get rid of it because it's just good for nothing. Okay, the size of the wooden runners is the size of most booknook boxes. Okay, my wrist is hurting holding this up. So that makes me happy. Okay. We have our decal sheet here. It is cut, and I don't know if you can see. Let's kick on the overhead light so we got the plastic off. They actually, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. But there's actually score lines in some of the spots, which means that these stickers are going to bend around corners, and the score line is going to make that possible to do well. I always say, the instruction manual has a spine, you get your money's worth. That is a book, guys. That is not a folded piece of printer paper that is stapled together. Oh, man. Look, it's got a comic book in there. Look at this. It's got a comic book in there. That's cool. I like that there's a story. I'm liking that it's full color instructions. I like that the warnings are in red. I like that they highlight specifically what holes in the base you're going to use. And that is a lot of holes, guys. This is going to be pretty substantial. Look at this. The comic. Oh, I love it. The comic goes throughout the whole thing. So as you build, you get the parts of the story. Oh, look at this in the back. Look at the dragon gets its own section. Hey, brave warrior, this dragon is an extra challenge we've thrown in for you. Warning, it's seriously tough. You can take it on now or save it for later once you finish the main book. If it feels too tricky, don't hesitate to ask for help. The choice is yours. May your path be bold and your blade true warrior. I love that. It's like an interactive adventure in here. That's just so cool. It's just so cool. As always, MiniCity kits are built in stages and then final assembly at the end, which I like because it allows you to like parse what you're doing. Really nice instruction manual there. Let's get into the runners themselves, and let's find the best way to open this up without doing any damage. Go up like this. It's really important, guys, when you're opening this up. You don't want to go blade down straight across like this. What's going to happen is the knife blade is going to slide in between the pieces, and you're going to gouge them and scratch them, and then you've pretty much ruined the whole thing. Right off the top, this is U. This is runner U. Okay, that's how many pieces are in this thing. Goes all the way to U. I think P is the farthest I've ever seen in a kit. This is okay. So I'm a big fan of different materials for the building and different thicknesses. And this is almost like a cardboard, but it's not. It's like the veneer that goes on top of a piece of MDF. Incredibly thin. Looks like it's going to be for the wings of the dragon and some of the iron gates of the structure. But that is just a fascinating sheet. It's a little, but it's almost like the paper craft you see in a Roll Life kit, but not paper. We got the outline cuts. We got outline cuts here for attaching our other pieces. When you glue on a surface, there's two options. They either etch the outside or they remove the paint from that side to fit it. They decided to go etching in here. As usual with a MiniCity kit, you get more of that narrative here. I really like that about them. It's not just a model kit. It is a story. Again, very thin plastic on this acrylic. Looks like it's going to be the dragon wings. This is not broken, but they did etch details and recesses into this. So there are cracks that don't go all the way through. There are cracks that do go through. Really nice detail. Another thin piece. This dragon is going to be a beast. Pun intended. Look at this thing. That's incredible. So I thought originally that dragon was going to be built on top of this, but just look at the scale of this thing. Look at the body of this dragon. We got to measure that. I know this video is already 9 minutes, but I have to measure this. This is 7 inches, 18 centimeters long. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's awesome, but it's nuts. Okay, some single-sided printing here. Nice quality. It's smooth. This is not a textured paint finish, but that's okay. As with the MiniCity kits, you get a lot of good gradation between the bricks and the stones. You can see individual stones here. It's very nice. Same here, but we got some beautiful double-sided printing on these pieces, which is great. I'm a big fan of double-sided printing. I see a couple knights here, which I'm going to be 3D printing, obviously. Now, looking at the kit, looking at the structure, the theme, the design, it's not surprising there's going to be some repetition. This doesn't look like it's going to be my favorite part with, 50 columns. However, excuse me. However, it does look like this is all going to be in the gray range, which is nice because instead of using acrylic markers and having to wait for them to dry and getting it all over your hands, you can use the alcohol marker method. And, most of the furniture marker sets that I recommend, come with a little bit of everything, including, a straight gray. Sorry, guys, we're not as zoomed in today because of the scale. A straight gray marker. But for something like this, I would break out the Varathane gray marker set. You get 5 different grays and a white. This will allow us to still get a little gradation and distinction between like this arch and these columns, while utilizing the much easier method of the gray as opposed to an acrylic marker set. Right, so like coloring these edges is not going to be fun, but I think definitely a gray palette is going to work better than a brown palette. Also, I would recommend, if you don't have a set of metallic acrylic markers, they are pretty useful, especially this titanium guy. I like it for lots of like wrought iron and gates and stuff, so I'm probably going to use this for those, and I will also link that in the description. All right. Ooh, also a rarity. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's 2 common things I see in the designs of kits. One, they almost always have a cat, and it's sad to me that this one is missing a cat, but that's okay. And 2, they usually skip the I. It usually goes, E, F, G, H, J, if it goes that far at all. Interesting to see an I, but not surprising since this goes all the way to U. Beautiful detail on this flooring. So that just gives you some idea of the scale. Ceiling pieces are wonderful. You get that cool depth there, and this is where that white will come in from the gray. Oop. Okay, it's gonna be our battery in the back. A beautiful dragon art right there. The dog's gonna start barking soon, so hopefully we can finish this before he goes crazy. This is gonna be our bottom piece, and there is a lot that's gonna go into this bottom piece, guys. That's a lot of structure in this. And another beautiful piece of artwork. My guess is this is gonna be the top with like an oculus going down into it. That's my guess. So, guys, what an awesome, just epic scale kit here. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully I'll get around to it soon. We've got a lot of events coming up in the subreddit, so please please subscribe to the channel. Please tell your friends about it. Please come join us on the booknook subreddit for not just booknooks, but 3D puzzles, miniatures, dioramas. If it's small and you can build it, we love it there. So come join us. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful day.